So after you've learned how to tell the difference between want and need, we are trying to help you move a step further to use a particular tool for you to reflect on your own needs. And that is what we call the needs profile. And I'm going to show that to you right away. So this is a needs profile, and what it does is that like it maps out what your needs are. And the key idea here is that like although we have learned how to identify people's needs, like up to this point, we have been using what I'll call a categorical approach, which means that you only identify and name the need. But there's another dimension to it. That is like the intensity of the need and how the particular needs are configured. So you, in many of the previous examples that you've looked at, we're looking at a combination of needs, but these needs can be like of different strength. So if someone has like a stronger need, say for example, for intimacy, and a lower need for security, this person may become a little bit more adventurous in his or her pursuit of intimate relationships. And if someone has like a very strong need, right, for like sensory pleasure, and this person is not getting it from his or her current constellation of social relationships or interpersonal relationships. So this person would have like a stronger drive, or more likely to experiment with experience that will bring him or her pleasure. So you can see that like if someone has like a strong self-esteem need, that is not met, then this is the kind of person who will be like seeking out like other people's approval, endorsement, or acceptance a lot. But like if someone has a moderate or low level of need, maybe because this person has already developed a very strong sense of self, and that need for esteem is well endowed with internally, then this person will be less needy in social and interpersonal context to seek that from other people. So each individual is different. And what we have provided together with this video is a link, right, to an exercise that you can work on yourself. And then you can like look at the your own needs profile actually. And you can also use that to assist people that you are caring for, or people that you are helping. This is like a tool that you can learn to use pretty easily. And what I'll emphasize here is that like everyone's needs profile is different. That is point number one. Point number two is for any given individual, yourself included, your needs profile can change over time. So that is like the key point that I want you to remember. So now we're coming back to this. So this is what I would want to emphasize. I already mentioned it, like we are different, like and then this our need to also change across situations, right? So say for example, if you just like transition to a new job, or you just get married or divorced for that matter, or you just like immigrated or like resettled in a different country or a different part of your country, or like you have added like a family member to your family through marriage or childbirth or what have you, your situation changes. And when your situation changes, your needs can also change, right? So the situational variation is also important. And then the other thing that I want to emphasize is that like your needs, right, can also change over time. So that is the idea. I just like show you a glimpse of the slide, which is like something that we're going to be moving on to into our next discussion. And maybe I can just like quickly comment on this one as well. In this section, we are talking about need, want, and drive, right? So now you have like, we have covered like needs and want as concepts. And here you can see that like if we confuse um, what we need with what we want, those are some of the issues. And this slide is basically a summary of our discussion. So if we are too hung up with what we want without realizing the need behind it, what it can lead to is that it sort of like narrow our range of options. So you are probably familiar with situations, and you probably have this like in your own life as well. You have people who uh, firmly believe that I have to get this. I need this. Like my life will be, like meaningless and empty without this. These are people who are obsessed with like this obsession can be like an item that you can purchase in the market. It can be a person that you think that is like what you need, but that's not what you need. You want to be with this person. You want to possess this item. It can be like a luxurious car, a house, or a job. But if you get fixated on that, you only limiting your range options. If you take a step back and look at yourself, okay, like this is what I want, but what I need is maybe a sense of accomplishment, self-esteem. What I need is something to go to work with, then it opens up your range of options. So this is why it is important to be not hung up with what you want, right? And the other issue we have already identified is that if you get too hung up with what you want, it can mislead you into wanting something that you do not actually need. And if we make like any of these mistakes, it very often will lead to a waste of our time, energy, and resources. And if you have a clearer sense of what your needs might be, then you become like more goal-directed and purpose-driven, and you have like a wider range of options to choose from because you are not limited, not tied down to the limited number of options that you want. And then you can also pursue more creative strategies that can address multiple needs at the same time. And this is what the SSLD program is all about, right? In like subsequent parts of this program, you'll be learning more about this, right? So this is like the last slide in this section, and I want you to just like look at this for a moment because we have practically talked about all of them. So first of all, we do not want people to be misguided, right? So this is like, so we start off by telling you that like what you want is not what you need. But if you follow this program, then you go through a process of self-discovery, including the exercises that you've been through in the last module, and then now you have been introduced to this like needs profile exercise, which I encourage you to pick up after viewing this video. You will soon figure out how to do that. And then when you get a better understanding of what your needs are, then you'll be able to consider how your needs can be best addressed with reference to your, remember the 3Cs, your circumstances, characteristics, and capacity. This is what we call the N3C assessment. So you're connecting your needs with your circumstances, your characteristics, and your capacity. Then at this point, right, then you understand your own overall situation. You will be able to integrate what you need with your own personal preferences. And you, after taking this program, you have gone through a process of self-reflection. You know what forces have been shaping your preferences. So you, in a way, more free to review what your needs are and how they connect to your real life circumstances. At this point, then you will get to this very enviable position of like a good match between what you want and what you need. And when you get to this point, what you want and what you need would become the same because they are integrated, right? And you have gone through the reflection and thinking process, so you're fine. So we call this a paradoxical pathway because you start with what you want is not what you need. But after you've gone through the SSLD process, you will get to this position when you're wanting what you need and you understand precisely the connection between what you want and what you need, and they're well integrated. So if you have come to this point, I would say congratulations. And this is like where we want you to be. And if you're coming to this point, I hope you'll be feeling good about this like self-understanding and discovery process. And in the following modules, we will be supporting you to learn specific ways to build your life around addressing the needs that you have now discovered or understood.